Here to talk a little about the current state of virology is Klaus Schughart from Germany's Helmholtz Center for Infectious Research. Thanks very much for joining us here on the program. Dr. Schughart, why is it taking so long? The H1N1 virus has been the subject of study for some time now.
Well, actually today the development of a vaccine goes much faster, one has to say, than even decades before because of modern molecular biology technology. But you have to keep in mind that quality control has to be done so to make sure that the vaccine is safe and really does what it's expected from.
Now, we just learned that vaccines can be produced more quickly in cell solutions. Is this new method being employed on a large scale yet?
Not yet. It's right that this is a much better method, but it will again take time to make sure that quality control is okay and that the vaccine actually works as expected.
In our report, we learned that new medicines might one day not just be able to keep the virus in check, but actually go on the offensive, attacking and destroying the virus in the body. What is the state of research into that aspect?
So at the moment we only have two targets actually to combat the life cycle of the virus. One of them is Tamiflu, and there are currently other drug targets being developed that research is feverishly working on to find more targets so that the virus replication cycle can be interrupted at other places.
Viruses are difficult to combat because they're constantly changing. Is there any way to actually work against that?
No, there isn't. The influenza virus is a particular case because there's a huge natural reservoir in which other variants of the virus are constantly emerging, and we will have to live with that always new types of viruses will occur and infect humans.
Are there any promising new approaches at the moment?
Well, one approach is to develop a vaccine which is not directed against the parts of the virus which are constantly changing, but against those parts which the virus needs to keep constant to actually keep up its shape, and people are working on that.
Do you think it will ever be possible to eradicate the influenza virus?
No, as far as we can say at the moment, it will not, because of this problem with the huge natural reservoir and its possibility to jump from one species to another.
The current outbreak is expanding at an alarming rate. Do you think that it will turn into this deadly pandemic that so many virologists have been fearing for so many years now?
It's difficult to say. We were very worried when the first cases of death were actually occurring in Mexico, but the way it looks right now, it is not as deadly as we actually had feared. But it is still a virus to be watched out very closely.
All right, Dr. Klaus Schughart, thank you very much for joining us.